And I am super happy to have you here with me. So today, we are going to have different things. And one of the things that I want you to remember is that we want to finish our 2023 strong, and that we want to have and increase our levels of peace. So today we have this idea first. Let's start with this idea. And also I want to do this a little bit in Spanish so that the Spanish viewers and the Spanish followers can also benefit from this small training. La idea de este workshop es terminar nuestro 2023 fuertes y darle la bienvenida al 2024 con paz. Mi nombre es Sandra Durán, soy coach en psicología individual y estoy aquí para servirles a ustedes con sus ideas de crecimiento. Let's start with this idea by Jim Rohn that says, "It is the set of sails, not the direction of the wind, that determines which way we will go." This is a powerful idea because this idea gives us power. And if we have the skills to set the sails in the good direction, in the right direction, then this is an advantage for us because we will be able to arrive to whatever destination we focus on. And please pay attention to this idea. Is to focus on something. And what is the magic of focusing? I will give you a very good example on a daily basis. Imagine that you are fighting in this moment with your husband or your wife or with your children, and you're super angry and you're yelling at them or you're doing something very mean to them. In this moment, the phone rings and you have to answer the phone. So in this moment, when you answer the phone, you immediately switch from being mad, angry, to a kind voice. And then you say, "Hello, how are you? This is Sandra. How are you doing?" And so the moment you hang up the phone, you can retake your anger. And so this means that anger or happiness or sadness, they are of course emotions, but also these emotions are used as tools, that can take you to a place that you need. For example, the anger is a tool that will allow you to do very mean things to others. And also happiness and love. So if you set the sails at the end of this year with happiness, then you're going to have a happy new year. But if you end the year with resentment, then you're going to have a very sad new year. So how about we take these minutes to increase our internal peace? Are you ready for this? I think you are. So let's do some grounding before we start. I'm going to ask you a question, and whenever you listen to this question, you're going to answer this: where are we? And whenever your mind is somewhere else, you ask, where are we? And you say, touching your face, here. So where are we? We're here. You can touch the desk too. Where are we? Here. Did you notice how you came to the present moment? Now, what time is it? And then the answer is now. So whenever your mind goes away, whenever your mind goes to the future that scares you, you can ask yourself, what time is it? And you say, now. And you touch your clock or your watch, or if you have a clock. And the last one is, who are you? And you say, this moment, and you touch here. So this is a very good technique if you have some kind of anxiety. If you're anxious about the future, or you are afflicted or remembering things from the past, you can ask, who are you, Sandra? Who are you, Jose? Who are you, John? And this answer is this moment. And you touch your chest. And this is going to bring you here. So now, during this ritual, we are going to have some rule. Anytime that you feel distracted, anytime that your mind goes to the future or to the past and is not in the present moment, you can type in the chat, may I be here? Or you can silently tell your mind, may I be here? Okay, so let's get started with the ritual. In this ritual, we need music, we need a light. If you have a candle, please close your door if you are in your room. This is gonna be you and you. Close your door so that nobody can distract you, nobody can come in and distract you from yourself. So you're gonna be here with me just 10 minutes. These 10 minutes are for you, for yourself. So may we be here. Here's the first one. The first step of this ritual is going to be called healing. Healing. And so I have this question in Spanish and English. Do you have any mental noise at the moment that is making you your end of the year heavy? So in Spanish is, ¿tienes algún ruido mental que te haga sombra en la celebración de este fin de año? ¿Qué puede ser ese ruido mental? What can be this mental noise? It could be resentment. It could be some blame, resentimiento o culpa. And let me tell you a little bit about resentment. You know that there is an author that defined resentment in a very funny way, and I love this way. They say, this author says that resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So I like this way because sometimes we resent things from others, things that others did to us. And we are filling our bloodstream with poison. And so, yes, right, worry. Also, you can have worry. For example, you're worried about the future. Or, yes, this is for the future. Resentment can be for the past, and worry is a very good one. Thank you very much for this idea that I got in the chat. So right now, we are going to heal from any resentment, any blame, or any worry that you're feeling at the moment. And so for 3 minutes, we are going to have the moment for you to write. So you need a piece of paper, and this piece of paper, you need to take this piece of paper, tear your piece of paper from the notebook that you're using, because you're not gonna use this anymore. So you need a piece of paper and you need a pen, okay? And for 3 minutes, we are going to write down any worry, any resentment, or any blame that we have, and concentrate on this and write with non-stop. If tears come, let them be. Any emotion, it's accepted in this moment, because what we want to do right now is to heal. And if tears comes, those are wonderful for healing. Okay, so let's do this for 3 minutes. I'm going to stop the PowerPoint and I'm going to share some music. So this music is gonna help us as you notice, time flies. And maybe you need more time than 3 minutes, but it is okay if we only have these 3 minutes, because you may have now the idea on how you can heal. Actually, I did the exercise as well, because I always think every one of my trainings is so powerful that I also do it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, if you can kindly tear off your page of the worries, resentment, and can you type in the chat what is most heavy in your writing? Is it mostly the resentment or the worry, or any doubt that you have? And if you're looking at this on replay, you can write in the comment, just like worry, resentment, doubt, or blame. And so this is what we are going to do. If you have a lighter, we are going to burn this worry, resentment, doubt, or blame. And if you can't use a lighter, then you can make a tiny ball. So you press your resentment and your worry, and you press it very strongly, because this is going to bring you also to the present moment. And as you press it, you're breathing. And when you breathe out. Yes, if you're feeling blamed, if you're feeling worried, if you have any resentment, then you can take it and drop it on your waste basket, or throw it away that's super, super, super far from you. But if you really have a container, something that you can use to put it in your container, So you bring your container and you're gonna get your lighter and you're going to burn it. Okay, so and in my case, I have a container, so I'm going to burn it. Let me get the container first. Here's the container. And so, yes, so as we are burning these ideas that we probably are focusing on and that they don't do any good to us, then we are going to say, thank you for helping me. Because at the end of the day, these ideas, according to ourselves, they are trying to protect us. They believe they are protecting us from harm. They are protecting us. They believe they are making us feel worthy or loved. But it's not this way. Or they are protecting us from our future. Just make sure not to burn your house or to raise the alarm. Yes. Okay. Yes. For some countries where you have alarms in your house, like fire alarms, smoke alarms, this is not permitted. But for some other countries like mine, I don't have a problem here burning the house. Okay, we're not good enough. All right, so now I wish you can feel better. And if you have some time, if you're looking at this on replay, can you type in the comments? How do you feel now? How do you feel now that you have burned your worry, that you have burned all your pains, your burden? At the end, this is exactly your burden. Things that have been making your life heavier. I always like to think of a backpack, that we are all carrying a backpack, and that this backpack makes our way, our walking really heavy and very slow. And actually, if you ever think, I don't have enough time, do you know why people don't have enough time? The reason is that we have heavy backpacks, very, very heavy backpacks. And that's why we are walking slowly. Our results are not good. And this is one of the reasons why we are not very efficient. Okay, so do you remember my promise at the beginning of the ritual? It was 2 goals. The first one was to get rid of all these things so that we finish our year strong. And so now we move to the second and last activity or technique, and this is for us to celebrate our wins. Do you remember I said about focusing? Whatever you focus on grows. If you focus on negative things, you will be miserable. And if you focus on positive things, you can be successful. But nobody can build more success if they don't focus on things that they have achieved. So for this next exercise, we are going to take 5 minutes of our lives, and this is going to be the best 5 minutes of your year, in which you're going to celebrate your wins, okay? So why do we need to celebrate our wins? The reason is, there are 2 reasons why. One is that sometimes we tend to demean our light, like make it smaller, to dim it, you know? And why do we do this? Maybe because we don't want others who are not having a good time or a better time, we don't want them to feel bad. But this is not good. You know, the world needs happy people. Can you imagine if nobody would celebrate their wins? If everybody will focus only on problems, and we have been trained by nature to pay attention to problems and to make them huge because we want to survive. And so human beings, our human brain is set for that. It's wired for that, to pay attention to anything that can make us harm. And so, but we need to train our brain to also pay attention to things that we can celebrate, things that can make us feel happy. So this is why in these next 5 minutes, and if you notice, for the problems, I gave you only 3 minutes. But for this one, I would like us to take 5 minutes because I want you to make a very long list of everything that you have accomplished, especially this year. And here's a trick. Maybe at the end of the year you were fired from your job. And then this is heavier than all of the other things that you earned during the year. And so you will tell your brain, I don't need this thought at this moment. May I be here celebrating my wins? And if you don't have enough wins during the 2023, please think of any other wins that you have had during your whole life. Okay? So, a little bit in Spanish. Les quería decir que estamos por celebrar todo lo que hemos logrado a la fecha, especialmente lo que hemos logrado en este año. Y si por usted en alguna razón no ha logrado algo o le ha ido mal en la última época del año, esta sombra le va a decir a usted, no escribas, no has ganado nada. Pero usted le va a decir con mucha prudencia a este pensamiento, gracias, en este momento no te necesito porque voy a celebrar lo que sí he ganado. Y esto que usted ha ganado le va a preparar para disfrutar mejor y sentirse que la vida no es solo de perder, sino que hay mucho que usted ha invertido en esto, en su vida y ha ganado cosas. Y si no tiene nada bueno durante este año, por favor, busque en los años anteriores, en toda su vida, cosas que usted ha ganado en su familia, en su trabajo, en su profesión, con sus amigos. So let's focus on things. Let's bring all the memories that you have earned wonderful things with family, with friends, with job. All right, so 5 minutes to enjoy and celebrate our wins. Let's write them down. I'm going to play the music so that we can have these 5 minutes of joy. Okay. I hope you're feeling energized. I am. You know, I have a special notebook. This notebook is brand new. It was just a present I got with a beautiful pen. And in this notebook, I have decided that during this year, every night, I will write only my wins because it's very easy to focus on the negative things. This is something I do like a hobby, but I sometimes forget to pay attention to the good things, the efforts I do. And so I hope this notebook has 365 pages so that I can write one page every night of even smaller wins. I don't have to expect for huge things, but smaller wins. And so this is my invitation to you. Buy a good notebook before 2023 is over. By 2021, January, come back to this video and write down in the comments, I have my notebook. And then in this notebook, write every night. Make a habit of writing your wins of the day. You will see that at the end of 2024, we are going to be celebrating a different person, a different you. And another tip, two things before we finish the meeting. One is, there is a study. They made a longitudinal study in the University of Virginia about the effect of writing goals. And one of these is that if you do not write your goals, you only have them here on your mind, kind of, you will probably get 4% of what you want. But if you write your goals, you're gonna get 44% of your goals. So I also have a training about writing goals. If you want them, I can send it to you. You can ask for it. And also, here's another thing. If you wrote your goals and reread your goals every day, they found that there is a 200% possibility that you achieve your goals. So think about this. And so the last thing, and this is a question I would like you to ask yourself, and this is something that I have tried, and I train people on this. The question is, who will play your game in 2024? And there have been studies with lots of people who show that there are 4 elements in your personality that play the real game and that makes you successful or frustrated. And the first one is your levels of discipline. If you have higher levels of discipline, but the discipline, not the rules, this is not discipline. Discipline is, especially as I teach in my trainings, those things that make you move forward from the line that you already know, from the known zone. How willing you are to step further of your known zone. And if you need a training on discipline, I have a very special training I give every year, every 2 months, about discipline, and also your levels of service. If you, and this is why this is important, the levels of service, because when you have higher levels of service, you are increasing the value of others and your own value in the same way. And so, and the other one is your personality. You know, Tony Robbins, they asked Pace Morby, I think, or somebody else asked a question to Tony Robbins: what is the one, which is the most important skill of a human being? And you know what he said? He said that the most important skill is the emotional fitness, which is your ability to control and master your emotions. And if you have a personality that does not master your emotions, then everybody can make anything out of you. The market will sell you expensive things that you don't need. People who will make you do things that you don't want to do and stuff like that. So one of the best skills that you really can have or work on for this 2024 is to actually work on your personality. But working on personality does not happen only when you read books or when you listen to podcasts. You need a training. You need a coach. And I'm here for that for you. And the last one is, this is called anticipation. People who are able to anticipate to things that will come, even when you see them in a very small area, if you're able to anticipate and destroy, for example, any problem, have any conversation that will save you from any problem in the future, if you're able to do this, anticipate economy, anticipate health, anticipate family bondings, this is going to make you a very happy 2024. So please tell me in your comments, how did you like this training? I promised it was going to be from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I don't know if I went over, but it has been a pleasure to serve you during this 2023. And if you want to grow with me, if you want to grow your personality, please don't hesitate to contact me, because I'm starting my first training in January next year. And investing in personal development has a wonderful result. And the result is that you will be empowered so that you don't need to rely on anyone else. If you make yourself stronger, You will rely on yourself and, of course, on God. Because without God, we don't exist. So see you next year. Bye-bye.